It's your boy JX. I'd like to give thanks out to everyone that came out to the Brain Chamber last night. And also King James, I heard you last night. I was down. I'm gonna explain that to y'all too in a minute. Today is Sunday's best. And what I mean by that, I thank the higher power for giving me the energy to wake up today. Because last night I was in a critical situation. And I want y'all to know that the frequency and the energy that's floating of the mass on this earth is very important and it's very real. I have felt a way last night that was very difficult. I had no strength. And I think Kente for hosting the show, Shante, Charles, Nina, and the rest of you brothers and sisters that came out to the show too. I appreciate y'all carrying on. But today, I want to give y'all something to hold on to and to look forward to. First, I want to start off by saying this here. We're living in a time now that every day of your life is counted for. And you must appreciate that time. And being around an energy that you cannot energize you, you need to move away from around that. Because I felt an energy, like I said, from something that's stronger than I at that moment that sucked me in, that drained me. And I had never been drained before. But I was speaking to my brother, Black Paul. You know, Black Paul said, Jay, we have to resume back to the beginning. And when he said that, I thought about something. And I want y'all to take heed to this. We must start back fasting and praying. We got to get back into that. That's important. And also, like Brother Bennett was saying, get back to law. Law is important because maybe I must be dealing with something that's out of law. But let's get into law. We're going to talk about the community real quick and real fast. I ain't going to hold y'all up long. I want y'all to enjoy. I know the football game is coming on. Everybody's getting ready for the big game today. But I want y'all to know this here. Every day of your life, it's a big game. And you better try to win. And I want to start off with talking about the energy in people. Once we get caught up in that type of energy, we'll become as them. But as we rise above that energy, we don't do anything negative to those that we dislike or favor those that we love, because you should favor the higher power. And then we also hold the knowledge of truth. When it appears, we don't lose in trust or none of that. And we got to stop calling people out of their name, but that's not their name. We must stop cursing people in the process of time of difficulties. And we got to stop binging off into falsehood. That's very important. Now I want to go back to us brothers in the community. It's very difficult for us to solve any conflict in our community dealing with any youth, because for number one, we haven't even solved the conflict that dealing with the women that look like you and I. So how can we solve a conflict with the youth? Number two, we must set up a science and technology program to further expand our broaden our mind. That's something we must do. We need that. Now I want to talk about information. You know, we must work hard and better on media coverage. Stop covering garbage. Start covering truth. Start covering liberation. But before you be able to cover liberation is useless without actions. You must have actions. You know what I'm saying? Until we can be able to prevail to the truth. And also for all you brothers that rap, sing, write, you know what I'm saying, even dance, whatever the case may be. All these people in one church, all these people in one community, all these people strive together but cannot come together. But we must come together in the community to create our own positive outcome for our own generation through our own talent, our own music, and our own books, our own documentaries. And then also, this is very important, number 5, for all those in the community. There's someone work in the health field, but we cannot unite a disaster program in our own community when we have doctors in our own community and those who study medicine and science. Why is that? Because we brother is not connected to the woman that look like you and I. That is becoming a major conflict, so it's difficult to be able to lead the youth. And I want to slide over here one quick before I close out. And also before I close out, I will be coming back to y'all with the supreme mathematics. That's very important. We're finna start touching on some real basics. That energy right there took Lil J for a whole storm. I've been through some real things in my life, but I had never felt the frequency like that in my life. After I heard joys and shouts, I could not get up. I felt some type of way that is hard to explain. But then I looked back and I said to myself, but whoever listened to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. Okay, now I had to ask myself, Jay, are you listening? This is very important. So we have to go within our spirit, man. Now that means that it is acknowledging that when there's a war over your soul, this is when we're getting very spiritual and deep now. When you can acknowledge there's a war over your soul. So that means the inner and the outer is battling. But now, when a disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when disaster and trouble overwhelm you, then they will call to me, but I will not be answered. I will not answer. They will look for me and will not find me. Now I had to ask myself, Jay, are you in this situation? This is the thing you need to start asking yourself right now, not tomorrow, but right now at this minute. Not next week, not the next hour, but at this minute, right now. You start asking yourself, because the game is on now. You're on the playing field yourself. And I hope you're playing to win. Because in return, if not, we'll laugh at your disaster. Please don't let the sun go down on your wrath. Please stay humble. Do not ignore my advice and will not accept my rebuke. Please start accepting the rebuke and give heed to what he is saying. The hand is stretched out farther as you can see. And I want y'all to know that. This is very important though. I just want to come to y'all real quick and give you something to think about, something to sleep on, something to pray about, and something to pay attention to. Because like I said before, and I'm going to say this again, when you feel a frequency that's stronger than you and able to acknowledge there's a battle over your soul and know your direction, because you took heed and you understood and accepted the rebuke, and you listen, and you living in safety, at ease, without fear and harm, and following the law when distress or trouble, whirlwind, disasters, sweep. May the high power bless y'all soul. Thank y'all for your time. And I will see y'all Saturday.